Welcome back to another episode of What Are You Made Of with your boy, the unstoppable Mike C-Roc. You can be unstoppable too. Just got to get my book, Rocket Fuel, Convert Setbacks, Become Unstoppable. That's available at MikeCroc.com/book, MikeCroc.com/book. The foreword was written by my man, Grant Cardone, the 10X Rule, the big time real estate investor, sales trainer. He talks about what Rocket Fuel meant to him in his business and life and how he converts setbacks to become unstoppable. So go get that book. By the way, guys, today I'm excited. I just got back from Miami for 10X Growth Con, spent some time there, got to see Pitbull, who spoke. He didn't perform. He spoke about business and life. And so this is a perfect timing to bring Jenny Valdes on the show. She is an entrepreneur, motivational speaker, and professional dancer. She is the founder of Limitless Legends, a motivational brand to inspire individuals to unleash their potential and create their legacy. She is also a co-host. Listen to this. She's also a co-host on From Negative to Positive, which kind of sounds like a song by Pitbull, which is a podcast alongside Pitbull and DJ Laz. She had danced professionally for many artists, including Prince Royce, Yandel, J Balvin, J-Lo, Neo, and Nicky Jam, just to name a few. She's currently a member of the Most Bad Ones, Pitbull's official dancers, and her life motto is #live limitless. Damn, I love that. Welcome to the show, Jenny.
Yeah, baby. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Let's go. Listen, so it was cool because you didn't even know that I saw Pitbull this weekend, which is crazy.
No, I didn't. It was amazing.
So now you got to say something to him like, damn, I heard that you're speaking and I should have been there to listen to the message.
I heard you were speaking. You're lucky you got a good reputation. No, I'm just kidding. He's great. He's amazing. He's phenomenal. And I'm so glad you got a chance to see him speak. He literally just lights up the room every time he goes. And you definitely always leave there with some knowledge that you didn't have before you went to.
Yeah. And, he shared some of the things, which we'll get into in a minute, but about how he's trying to switch up the music game a little bit. And, he's converting setbacks into rocket fuel, which is phenomenal. I was thinking about that the whole time I'm listening to him about my concept of my book I just wrote. I'm like, dude, this dude's living it. So, but anyway, let's talk about you. I always start the show with a question to all my guests. And that question to you is, what are you made of?
What am I made of? Wow. That question to me can go so many places. And I think it's so amazing because it allows individuals to come out and say what they feel. I'm made of a limitless divine source. And I preach limitless. Limitless is my word. I founded Limitless Legends. And basically, to me, it's a lifestyle for me because I believe that you should put yourself in different elements and see what works for you, see what brands. Like right now, I'm literally in the shower because I'm training to be a cycling instructor. And I'm like, all right, cool, I have to do this podcast, so get in here, like there's no limit to what you can do. And if you want it bad enough, you can make whatever you want happen. So that lifestyle, but it's also, we are limitless beings, and I really do believe that from the soul of my heart. I believe that we are a divine source. And when we tap into that limitless source within us and apply it into our human form, they both go hand in hand. And it's a mindset. It's so much bigger than just this. So when you ask me what I'm made of a limitless being. That is 100% what I'm made of.
Love it, man. That's an awesome answer. Now, the thing is, it's not right and nice to ask a lady what her age is, but do you mind if I ask? Because the reason I have a reason for it, but do you mind if I ask?
No, you're good. I just turned 26.
Okay, this is a little bit of bullshit because when I was 26, I didn't have this, and you have it. And damn, if I would have had this when I was 26, do you realize having that mindset and that mind frame will create you can have the world in your hands with that mindset. You know that, right? So yes. How did you get that mindset at such a young age?
So it's funny that you say that because I do feel like I have the world in my hands, and sometimes it can get very overwhelming because you can do anything you put your mind to, that it's like, well, what do I really want to do? Then you have to dive in deep, like what's my purpose? And it's such a blessing to hear that from yourself, coming from you, who's a father, because that's what I aspire to do. Like my main vision, my main goal is to be able to teach this mindset to younger kids, so that way it saves them half the amount of years it would have taken somebody else. What made me develop this mindset is honestly, I was blessed with two amazing parents, and my mother really just like took me under her wing, and she never sheltered. She just she shared to me everything she knew, and she's like, now you go and learn more. So having that open relationship with her, having a great communication, and then two, not being afraid. Like I thrive off of stepping out of comfort zones. Like I have fallen in love with growth so much over this past year. It's insane. Like I'm telling you, I'm literally living it right now. I'm becoming a cycling instructor. You know what I mean? The world's in a pandemic. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna fold or are you gonna build? Like I need to create. I'm providing for myself now. I need to create different sources of income. So what am I gonna do to get there? You know. So it's. I believe you are a product of your environment and your childhood, but sometimes it takes reprogramming, and that's what I want to be able to share with people and teach, because you can't play the victim card so long. Yes, maybe somebody didn't grow up in a great environment, and yes, maybe these outside sources happen, but how you said, what's your rocket fuel? You use that as fuel to generate the life you want. It's all your choice. And so many times people, you know, put it on exterior motives, on outside sources, when it's from within. At a certain age you reach, you have the mentality to be like, all right, what do I want? You know, so yes, coming with my age at 25, I said this in my last podcast that comes out today. I feel like quarter life crisis is a thing. I feel like that is a thing, you know, and yeah, and that for me was my moment to be like, all right, cool. What do I love about Jennifer? What do I not like? What do I need to grow on? How do I need to get better? And how can I become a better version so I can teach this to other people? So I know I went off on a little tangent, but I get very passionate, and I hope you understand that.
No. You didn't go off on a tangent. That was fire right there. No. So, and what do you go by? Do you go by Jenny V?
My real name is Jennifer. I go by Jenny and Jenny V and Jenny Valdes. It's kind of like all, but Jenny's the main source that everybody knows me as.
Okay. So, you know, I got C-Roc, so that's why I was wondering. I have my
C-Roc.
C-Roc. But this is because nobody can pronounce my last name, Ciorrocco, for some reason. But so when did you start dancing?
I started dancing in the 3rd grade.
Okay. So my daughter's in I think she's in 2nd grade right now. Yeah. So she started to dance and she does gymnastics. And so I'm wondering where that's going to take her. But so when you started dancing, and then like, how did you get into dancing for these artists?
So dancing was something that I've always done. Like all my baby videos are me in diapers in front of the TV, like woo! And then MTV was really big back then.
Yep.
You know, so I would stand in front of the TV and watch MTV music videos and be like, I want to dance like the girls in the videos, you know, and my mom just there recording me.
Yeah.
My #1 fan, you know. And yeah, I found that was like a passion I had, and I capitalized on it. I danced in school and stuff, and when I graduated high school, I tried out for the Miami Heat, and I was a Heat dancer for 2 years, and after that, I just like networked, I put myself out there, the Heat marketed me very well, and I started getting into the group. Like I just always wanted to be a Heat dancer. I didn't really see past life that. I didn't really see life past that. There you go. And yeah, I realized I can make money out of this. I can make a career out of this. And I was like, you know, I want to travel the world and get paid for it at the same time. What better way? I want to perform in arenas. So I kind of, manifested that in my life. I definitely put in the work. And yeah, I just started going to auditions and getting booked, and then it became word of mouth, and everything just started aligning for me. But I definitely reached a point where I was like, this is what I want to do. But now I'm in a place, and this is something I really want to express, because a lot of people talk about reaching your dream. Like accomplish your dream, get your dream, go for your dreams. And I'm with that 100%. But people don't talk about what happens when you make your dream, right? Like, are you surrounded by the people you want to be surrounded by? Are you fulfilled? Are you happy? Well, what's your next move? None of these questions get asked because we're so focused on this, we're not seeing the bigger picture. And I feel like that's a place I got into my life. I reached my dream, I'm touring, I'm living the life, but I was still empty inside. I was still sitting in hotel rooms wanting to be with my family. I wasn't self-fulfilled, and I had to do the work to get there. And I'm still doing the work, but it's just like we set goals and we reach them, but we always have to continue setting goals because life doesn't just stop once you reach a certain level,
Right.
So using that passion, making it purpose. So with your daughter, she loves dance, entertain that. Like let her try, like again, limitless, let her try different things, see what her passion is, let her enjoy it, see where it takes her. And sometimes that route takes you somewhere else. And that's when you find the bigger picture. But you have to trust those lovings.
Yeah. And the thing is that why do you want something? Like you got to think about what you want, but why do you want it? Like you said, and where do you want to be when you do it? And what does it mean when you hit it? Like what's going to happen? Like you got to and visualize this stuff, but definitely raising targets. You never lower a target, but you always raise them. And what's next? Celebrate for 5 minutes. Now, when you were starting to hang out with people, so did you did dance for the Heat though, or was that just a try?
For 2 years.
Okay, So my son, I mean, not my son, my buddy has a daughter that danced for the Heat as well, I believe, or maybe the junior Heat. I think they're, but do you know Elise Perez?
Elise Perez? I don't think so.
I think
If I see her, I probably know her because I still go a lot. I still
yeah, I don't know if she
speak
still
with
does
her.
now or not, but she did for a while. So anyway,
Oh, that's
and it,
awesome. Yeah, it's
when
amazing. That group is amazing.
and when you start hanging out with like going to these things like these big artists though, did you feel like it was a dream at sometimes? Like sometimes that some of the stuff that I do, like this weekend, I got on GrowthCon stage and spoke and gave my story for 5-10 minutes. And then people are coming up and wanting selfies because of the success that I've had. But like it feels like a dream. Like it feels like it's not even real. I come back to Maryland and I'm like, was that real? You know what I mean? Like, do you feel that? Because I feel like an ordinary guy still. I feel like I'm a badass, but I'm still an ordinary dude, you know?
Yeah, no, I feel that 100%, and I think that's why I liked being a professional dancer because you have the middle ground where you're like not famous, but you're known and
Yep.
respected.
Yep.
So it's cool because it's like I'm in costume and I'm this, and it's like, can I have a picture? Can I have a selfie? Oh my god, you're on stage, so cool, blah blah blah, so and so. And then you get off stage and then you become your normal self again. It's almost like the
Right.
Hannah Montana.
Right.
When she lived both worlds. And I felt like I love dance because it gave me that. I still have my normal life, but then I can still have my little fame at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Being home, I mean, I live in Miami, so it's interesting because when you go out, people do recognize you, but it's in a very humble way. It's not in a fanatic way, which I think is so great. And it's a moment of being like, okay, cool, like, yes, you did that, and just making sure you open yourself up to those people. It is a shocking, like you said, it's a dream because you dreamed it at one point and now you're living it. So technically it's not a dream anymore, it's your reality. But it's nice to see that you come full circle, and as you can tell that you do what you love. So when people are coming up to you, you're excited because you're like, my message is getting out there. My what are you made of is out there. Like, people know me. I stand for something, and I'm leaving my legacy on this earth. So that's what you enjoy when people come up to you.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. And we were on a boat, by the way. We went on the Seafarer, the big yacht, and in Miami, and Fat Joe came on and rapped. Grant brought him in, and there was firework display, and it was just like, holy cow, is this real? Like, I can't even believe I'm here. So that's the kind of thing that's just crazy. That I don't know if you experienced that feeling, but
I
and then
love that.
did you ever start or did you ever sing and think about being like a pop star?
Oh yeah, listen, I was I was the girl in the mirror with my microphone, going in, sitting at the top of my lungs. I would grab a hairbrush, sing, look in the mirror, dance. Oh yeah, for sure. But these vocal cords are not the one. Nah, but I'm not gonna lie. I took a singing class probably in high school, and I that lifestyle is just not.
Right.
It's not my purpose.
Right.
It comes with a lot of things that people don't really realize, and you have to really love it. You can't just do it because it's like, oh, I think I kind of like it. Like, you have to be all in or nothing. Like, that has to be your life.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So what? Tell me about the podcast that you're on and how you got on there in the first place. From negative.
yes, so I am on the podcast with Pit from Negative to Positive with Laz as well. It's DJ Laz and Pitbull. And we basically speak about, it's funny when you talk about rocket fuel, the same concept of just like, how do we take negative situations, turn them into a positive, and how do we keep that mindset? And we interview amazing, successful individuals who have been through heck and back and literally overcame it. And then they teach you lessons and different life experiences. I actually, when I first joined the team with Pitt, I was telling him that I think one of the things I would like to do is be a broadcaster, a sports broadcaster. I love sports. If I could get paid to talk about it. But with dance, I just always danced so much. I never had time to like do an internship or apply for that job because I was always on the road, and that always stayed in his head. So when he got to be able to do this podcast, he was like, Jenny, I want you on it. And I was like, thank you. Like, let's do this. Let's make history together. And that's one of the things I love about Pitt. He's all about, I'm growing, but I want my team to grow with me. And that's so important because, like you said, when you make it to the top, who's around you? Who did you help? The picture's always bigger than yourself. And I'm just so incredibly thankful for him and the opportunities that he continues to give me. And I know I earned them, but it's just a blessing when you find your team of people that just really help you elevate to the next level.
And how long has the podcast been going? How long have you been on there?
I want to say maybe 6 months.
Yeah.
I think that could be a really bad time frame. I don't know, but I want to say 6 months.
And how many shows? Like one a week?
Average, yeah, 1 week.
Yeah, average 1 week. Okay, cool. So now what's the next for you right now? Like I know you're doing the cycling and you're trying to be a cycling. We're not going to try shit. You're going to do it.
Dude,
Doing a cycling coach, I guess it's called, or trainer,
an instructor.
Instructor. And then from there, like what is your like 5-year plan? Like what do you want to be doing 5 years from now?
Oh, so right now I'm doing my like limitless lifestyle again, where I have my feet dabbled in a whole bunch of little things, and I'm planting seeds to see what flourishes. So with that being said, I am definitely taking the route of one of my biggest passions is creating a community for young women and empowering them to just with this mindset and knowledge. So I have a few things in the works, and I don't like to talk about it. I like to just it be done, you know. But just so you know, that's the path I'm heading on, and I hope people can follow that journey with me and help each other grow with that.
Yeah.
You know?
So basically, you're going to create a community of and help people, right? Become limitless, and maybe write a book, maybe do some training courses, maybe do some speaking, maybe do some podcasting extra, maybe your own show. I got it all laid out for you.
Yes.
So yeah, no, that's awesome. I love it. And I just read the book, like I told you, Rocket Fuel, and it is a journey. It's, I'm 40 some years old right now. I'm not gonna tell you exactly how old, but I am, but I wasn't ready to write a book before. Like I wasn't ready because I didn't have all the experiences that I put into the book. Right. So I'll tell you, don't rush it. Do it when you're ready, because you're going to live some things that you're going to be able to really put in it. But one thing I'll give you a little tip is to make every single day journal about your day. Now, if you want to type it, write it, or you could take your phone and there's an app called, it's called, I forget, but I'll tell you in a minute. But when you do this, you could just talk into it and it'll, like, tell about your day, right? And how you did things and how you overcame things. And if you do this every day, you'll have a book at some point, and somebody, you could just give it to them and they'll write the book for you based on your words. And it'll be like an editor or a ghostwriter, or whatever the case is. But you can do a phenomenal book because you're telling about your life and you don't even have to think backwards. I journaled in my day. It's called Daybook.
Daybook? Okay,
Yeah,
I'm getting that. Wow,
it's a free app. And it already tells you what day that was and what hour you put it in there. When you speak into it or type into it and hit save, it saves it, right? And anybody listen to this, you guys should be journaling your days. Like if you live an ordinary life, start journaling and saying your journal is boring and you need to start doing some crazy shit, because it'll help you start getting into some more interesting things, out of your comfort zone and make a difference. And then you'll have something to write about, or your family or kids can look at it later on.
Right.
So definitely, I mean, for what you're doing, for sure, like you need to be journaling every day. And it's simple as just talking into the thing. So question for you on this. So in your young life, something that you've been through that was like a setback, disappointment, discouragement, something that you still think about or go to, not to regret, not to get stuck in, but to use as a training session or rocket fuel, like I say, to become unstoppable. Can you remember anything that really sticks out?
I think there's various things, but I will tell you one specific thing that sticks out to me very vividly. Wow, it kind of brings me back to that moment because I'm in here now. I was going to college and touring at the same time. I was going to FIU and I was just taking my tests online, and I had to take an exam. But college, like it's like 3 tests. That's your final grade. And I had a roommate, and I had to take a class online through a program called ProctorU. But in my hotel room, you have to take the classes by yourself. So as now I'm literally in the bathroom right now. So it takes me back to that moment. But I was literally in the bathroom like this, taking my exam. And I finished, and I studied really hard. I thought I did great. I got an F. And in that moment, I was like, that was my first F ever. Like I was like a straight A student. F was never in my radar. I called my mom crying, hysterically. I'm dropping out of school. That's it. I'm done. I can't do this anymore. Like I'm driving myself crazy. I'm putting in the most effort I can, and it's still not enough. Like I felt like I wasn't enough. I felt like a failure. I felt so many things in that one moment, because school is what I wanted so bad, but I'm traveling and I just felt so overwhelmed and in my own head. right? Nobody put this in my head. I'm putting this in myself. Like, you can overcome this, Jennifer, but that was like rock bottom for me. It was an accumulated of things. And in that moment, I folded. I wanted to drop out of school. I really, really did. I really, really did. And I'm so blessed to have had my mom there to pick me like right back up. Like, get yourself together. You're getting through this, you know? And in that moment now, I took her lesson and I apply it to myself now. So when I find myself in those moments of my life, on obviously bigger scales, as you grow older, the situations you deal with become more complex.
Right.
You know, I go back to that moment. And now my mom's coaching and my mom's teaching, I instilled it in myself to do it for me.
So what happened after that? What did you do?
I ended up graduating. I got like I think a B in the class. I ended up acing my next 2 exams, and I graduated from FIU summa cum laude.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
So you know you can do it. It's a confidence thing. And then you're starting to raise your standards up. Like, okay, I got this. I've been through this already. You know, like when we were in school, failing or getting a bad grade was such a big thing, man. And it's really like in life, they need to teach kids that, look, if you do, it's not okay, but it's not the end of the world and we can fix it. Right.
Definitely.
And nothing is not recoverable unless you're plucked from this planet. Nothing is unrecoverable. You know, so that's fantastic, and you'll be able to get a lot out of that, a lot of mileage out of that. But there are, like you said, there are bigger problems, bigger setbacks to come. But the
of
thing
course,
I talk about all the time is preparing for it. Like getting yourself in shape is an important thing. Taking as much knowledge in is an important thing. Surrounding yourself with great mentors like you have, and preparing, and then from there, knowing that there are going to be things that come your way. But all you got to do is store it in your fuel tank instead of your trunk where it weighs you down, and you're unstoppable. Nothing can stop you. Nothing. And
I love that. I love that.
So here's the thing. I want to know what the rocket fuel concept, what that means to you, and how are you going to implement that in your life? Like thinking about what I just told you.
Well, it's already, first I'm processing it because honestly, that concept is so great. And this is the first time I hear from it. I know that's what you preach, but this is the first time, you know, we've ever really had a discussion. But to me, it's a matter of, and I always say, light your derriere on fire, you know? So to me, it's like, it's that same concept of just using your fuel and all your life experiences to when you feel like, oh, I'm over this, I don't want to do it anymore. Like, no, these life experiences built me, they lit me up, and now I'm like, oh, okay, let's go and get it together. So I definitely love that concept, and I'm definitely applying it.
I love it. I love it. Look, hey, if you ever need somebody to fill in because somebody cancels on you guys or anything, I will come light that show up like they've never seen before. So just keep me in mind. Let me know because I'll fly down if I have to. I'll do it Zoom, whatever's easiest for you guys. I'm very spontaneous, so I would love to come share on there with you guys and light Pitt up too because I see him. He needs some encouragement too. Like some people think sometimes that successful people and famous people and people have done big things don't need encouragement. And that's the thing. Like I need encouragement just as much as anybody. So, you know, I think that something that, you know, this already, but I think that, you know, you play a big role in that. And when you're around him, continue to encourage him, even though he might be your mentor and then your employer or what have you. Cause we need it for sure.
Definitely.
So I want to thank you for coming on today. If there's anything I could ever do for you, please reach out, stay in touch with me. When this posts, we'll get it out to you and tag you in it and blast it everywhere. Cause I want the world to find out about you from my audience, like, because you're just a ball of energy, limitless. I love what you're on. And for you to know that at such a young age is awesome. And I want more people to be like that. So thank you, Jenny.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And thank you for reaching out. You are amazing. Keep killing it. You're making your kids so proud right now. And I'm thankful to have crossed paths with you.
Thank you very much. You guys have been listening to the What Are You Made Of podcast with your boy, the unstoppable Mike C-Roc. And I will say, Jenny Valdes is considered unstoppable as well. So you guys have been here. We want to thank you for listening. Thank you for the support of the What Are You Made Of and the rocket fuel concept. Until next time, please go subscribe to your favorite podcast platform, to the What Are You Made Of podcast. Or if you'd like to watch these, go to my YouTube channel, Mike C-Roc Ciorrocco, and we'll be back next time. And until then, be unstoppable.